In the last episode of Season 1 of Netflix's Locke and Key, the audience sees that the demonic shining blue bullets that turn people into demons hit Eden. It's also revealed to the audience Gabe has actually been Dodge the whole time. The last scene of Season 1 reveals the alliance Dodge and Eden make, as they try to satiate their otherworldly hungers at one of Matheson's local chowder restaurants. Season 2 begins in Matheson, 1775, introducing the historical story of Key House to the audience. The historical plot moves along with the main plot until the two plot lines intersect at the end of Season 2, revealing the origins of the magical keys. When the historical subplot cuts back to the present moment in front of the Black Door, Gabe and Eden use the Crown of Shadows against some unexpected Coast Guards they've lured into their trap, foreshadowing their reign of terror that ensues throughout Season 2. On the night of the Savini Squad's premiere for Scott's movie, The Splattering, Eden and Gabe almost reveal who they really are, when they must use the Anywhere key to get rid of a body Eden devoured on her trip to the concession stand. Tyler becomes worried when his girlfriend Jackie starts to forget about the times her and Tyler used the magical keys. Tyler realizes that Jackie must be forgetting magic like his mom and Uncle Duncan, the closer she gets to her 18th birthday, and becomes determined to find a way they can all remember magic when they reach adulthood. In episode 2, Bodhi finally makes a friend his own age, named Jamie Bennett, and shares his secrets surrounding Key House. His mother meets Jamie's father, the new history teacher Josh Bennett, who makes a bad first impression on her.
Excuse me?
Carpet runners. Covering up these floors. This is original hardwood. This is chestnut. You can't even get new chestnut anymore.
Oh, yeah, I'm aware of that, but I also can't
These are from trees that back then were already 300-400 years old. That means they started growing in pre-Columbian times. Doesn't that just kill you?
These two develop an on-again, off-again relationship throughout the series. It's eventually revealed that Josh came to Matheson to discover the portal he found in his distant relative's journal, the cutthroat British captain Frederick Gideon. Dodge, in the guise of Gabe, is getting worried because he's having trouble making a key of his own, and he's running low on whispering iron. Gabe gets really touchy when Kinsey asks to go in his head.
Look, it's nothing personal. I just don't think I'm ready for that yet.
How could this not be personal?
Because it's not about you.
Gabe, I promise. I would never judge you. So
No, just drop it.
Kinsey and Gabe get in an argument, and Kinsey tells him to leave, forcing him to spend the rest of the season trying to get close to her again. Gabe starts by visiting Bodhi when Kinsey isn't around so he can gain knowledge on how to make his own key. Gabe uses the ghost key to talk to Chamberlain Locke in the graveyard.
One needs to focus your whole mind, visualizing precisely what you want the key to do. But the most important thing is, you must add a drop of your own fresh-cut blood. If you do that, you will have a key that will show Kinsey what is truly in your heart.
Tyler and Kinsey use the head key on their dad's high school sweetheart, Aaron Voss, who spent the last 20-some years in a catatonic state, discovering her younger self trapped in the prison of her own mind. Tyler and Kinsey give Voss the key, allowing her to put her mind back into her physical body. In episode 3, Aaron Voss moves into Locke House. While she waits for money from a trust to come in, Aaron tries to warn the kids about how dangerous the keys are, but her warnings fall on deaf ears.
We're not giving her the keys. Obviously.
Bodhi finds a key with the house on it, and when he's over at his friend Jamie's for a playdate with his mom, he puts the key in Jamie's dad's replica of Key House. When Bodhi's mom and Josh find Bodhi and Jamie playing with the house, Bodhi's mom finds it weird that Josh has a replica of their house.
Yeah, no, I can see now, though. I should have mentioned it. It wouldn't have been weird if I had just mentioned it at the time.
Yeah, it still would have been weird.
When Bodhi goes home to find his bed crushed after playing with the replica at Jamie's house, it occurs to him how the magic of the dollhouse key works. A spider from Jamie's house makes its way into her dad's replica of Key House, so Jamie smashes the spider in the dollhouse to save everyone at the real Key House from being eaten by a giant spider. Tyler and Kinsey use the head key on Uncle Duncan, showing him a part of himself that was lost when he was a teenager, but to their dismay, he isn't able to retain the memories. Chamberlain Locke's directions to make the key doesn't work for Gabe, so he goes back to Key House to ask Bodhi if he can use the ghost key again. The traumatic memories of Uncle Duncan's childhood the kids put back in his head are making him sick and agitated. Voss and the kids realize the only way for Uncle Dunk to remember without getting sick is if he uses the lost memory key he made when he was a kid. Gabe steals a piece of whispering iron in the history teacher Josh Bennett's office, after he overhears him talking about an old musket ball from his ancestor Captain Frederick Gideon. When Bodhi visits Rufus with the Anywhere key, Rufus gives Bodhi a new piece of information about what happened with Dodge the night Ellie went missing. After Eden passes out drunk at a party, Kenzie uses the Anywhere key to go into Eden's head and finds out the truth about Eden and Gabe. Locke's mom and Josh Bennett have sex, and then when she leaves, Josh finds out someone stole his whispering iron and starts to go postal on anyone he thinks may have something to do with its theft.
How is it possible that you're not calculating the shortest distance to the nearest loony bin?
Because I've been exactly where you are.
You harangued some hockey bros over a 300-year-old piece of melted iron?
At the end of episode 5, the Locke kids come to the conclusion that Dodge is still alive and is trying to make a key in the guise of Gabe. So everyone tries to act like they don't suspect anything when they're around Gabe. The Locke kids use Uncle Duncan as bait for Dodge when they invite Gabe and Eden over under the false pretenses of filming a movie scene for the Savini Squad's The Splattering sequel. When Jamie helps trap Eden under a glass with the dollhouse key downstairs, Scott, Kinsey, and Tyler nearly trick Gabe back into the well house with the Anywhere key, but Eden manages to break out, saving Gabe in the nick of time. Then Gabe takes the Anywhere key and Uncle Duncan and Bodhi hostage, so Uncle Duncan will make him a key and then turns his back on Eden. Episode 8 begins at Key House in 1775, as the Locks make weapons for the Revolutionary War. The next scene is of Captain Frederick Gideon of the British Army, raiding their house, until the Redcoats are fired on by a group of rebels with the help of Benjamin Locke. Captain Gideon kills the elder Locke, and him and the remaining men run off to the sea caves, where they are followed by Benjamin Locke and the other rebels, bringing the viewer back to the season's opening scene of the wall in the sea cave falling away, uncovering some sort of otherworldly abyss. Captain Gideon purposely lets himself get shot by a piece of whispering iron from another realm after seeing the supernatural strength it gave his fellow soldier that got shot by it moments earlier. Much of the town and school become echoes with the key Duncan made for Gabe, including Tyler's girlfriend Jackie. Duncan helps Tyler make a key that will unlock Jackie's trapped soul and kill the demon that has taken control of her body. Tyler tries it on Jackie. It only works for a moment and then she dies. Kinsey tricks Gabe with the wing key, giving Duncan, Tyler, and Scott the opportunity to break into the mansion by the sea, where Dodge is operating from, and steal the demon key. They are able to kill Dodge and escape from the mansion before it falls in the sea. Ellie, still with the body and face of the female Dodge, gets spit back out of the portal in the sea cave, goes to the Locke house, and proves that she isn't Dodge. Then the story flashes forward 1 week. Eden breaks into the dead Gabe's dorm room and takes the Echo key. She uses it to summon Captain Frederick Gideon in the well house, who throws her down the well, leaving the audience to wonder what kind of chaos this demonic, bloodthirsty redcoat will bring to season 3 of Locke and Key.